Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. Thank you so much for being a viewer. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. We are set for an eventful week, a dramatic week, an unnecessarily contentious week where everything now comes down to the wire. I believe that it's already too late for some of us because some of us have been waiting for a long time. Also, even if they do come to a consensus on unemployment benefits and stimulus checks, it's going to be a few weeks before the money actually hits your bank account. I believe that Congress has waited way too long, and I believe the haggling has gone on way too long. We need some common sense to prevail. In this video, I'll talk to you about what's at stake and why it actually might be too late for some of us. And I'll talk to you about the rollout of the vaccine towards the end of the video. I do believe the vaccine is our way out of this. Whether you take it or not, the vaccine is our way out of this because it's going to inspire confidence and it's going to allow the economy to reopen. It's going to allow businesses to reopen. Let's start by taking a look at what President-elect Joe Biden has said in a recent announcement. And he said Congress needs to act now on a COVID relief package. The American people simply can't wait. And he's right. Let's roll the tape and see what he had to say.
To the pandemic's grim milestone, the economic crisis has left millions of Americans out of work, without a paycheck, without health insurance, unable to put enough food on the table, literally unable to put food on the table, and unsure whether they can pay their rent for when the new year begins or make their mortgage payments. It's affecting everyone from farmers to students, seniors to veterans, in red states, blue states, small towns, and big cities. And that's why the Congress needs to act and act now on the COVID package. I spoke to my two friends who are still in the Congress, the Vice President and the soon-to-be Secretary of HUD. We have to get this done. They're pushing hard, but it doesn't look so good right now. But it has to get done before they go home. Millions and millions of Americans simply can't wait any longer.
And according to a brand new article on Politico, we're already too late. Unemployment lifeline to lapse even with an aid deal in the foreseeable future. According to a recent article from Politico, by the way, I'll provide you with a link to all of our resources in the description section below. Even if lawmakers enact an extension of the unemployment benefits program ahead of the deadline, which is at the end of this month, it's essentially the big deadline when several programs like the PUA and the PEUC program expire. Lags in programming of outdated state systems. Again, a lag in the computer programming of outdated state systems will cause missed checks for millions of our fellow Americans who are actually relying on these checks. It's just unbelievable. It is estimated that 12 million of our fellow Americans who are unemployed could see their benefits lapse right after Christmas. Can you believe that? Right after Christmas, 12 million of our fellow Americans could see their benefits lapse. It could take weeks for state systems to be able to implement the changes to extend those benefits. Keep in mind, state systems are outdated. Some of them are actually more than 50 years old, believe it or not, in the United States of America, in the home of Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Tesla, and all of these other big giant companies where, our technology is used by individuals all over the world. Our state unemployment benefit systems, which are designed to help the most vulnerable amongst us, many of them are completely outdated and have not been revamped for more than 50 years. This tells you that time, energy, resources, and money go towards helping bigger companies, whereas those who need help the most have been left behind. I am extremely confident that once all this is over, that there'll be some sort of legislation from Congress to make sure that our state unemployment benefit systems are completely re-engineered, because it simply cannot continue like this. According to Michelle Evermore, who's an unemployment insurance expert at the National Employment Law Project, she said, and I quote, "We are already too late." She said, from the time Congress passes an extension of unemployment aid, many states won't be up and running for 3 to 4 weeks at least. That's 3 to 4 weeks. Keep in mind, the lawmakers are still haggling, and it's just unbelievable what is going on. Here's a statement from Elizabeth Pancotti, who's a policy advisor at the pro-worker Employ America. Anything Congress includes in the next round of aid that is even modestly different from programs earlier this year. Keep in mind that we had a $600 a week unemployment benefit, right? So that has expired at the end of July. Now, if they do $300 a week, even though the number $300 is essentially a smaller number, a different number, the state unemployment benefit systems need to reprogram their internal systems to be able to distribute those benefits. So 300 is different from 600. So therefore, by the way, initially they talked about tying the unemployment benefits to a worker's wages. Forget about it. That sounds good, that sounds fair, but technically, It's not possible. Technically, it would take weeks to administer unless the whole system is re-engineered from the ground up. I actually understand this because I own software companies. Rewriting software and rewriting code is possible. It's expensive. It's time consuming, it needs to be tested, and you can't do that when millions of individuals or tens or hundreds of thousands of individuals, depending on which state you live in, because California and New York are the two big states. You can't do that while millions of individuals are waiting. There's no room for error. We aren't playing games here. We're dealing with people's lives here. So according to Elizabeth Pancotti, anything that is even remotely different is going to take time to reprogram, according to Elizabeth. In some states, that might take a week or two, she said. In other states, we're talking 5, 6, or 7 weeks. Can you believe that? Anything that's just the slightest bit different, according to Elizabeth Pancotti, is a nightmare to reprogram from a system perspective. Now keep in mind, without unemployment aid, many individuals who are unemployed have to turn to food banks and other non-profits. According to the non-profit Feeding America, there are miles-long lines, yes, miles-long lines of people who are standing in line with overwhelmed food banks. Food banks are completely overwhelmed. Demand has risen 60% from last year, 60%. Since the outset of the pandemic, many non-profits have actually let go of 1 million workers because of the overall load on the system. It's just unbelievable. Now, this has created a greater need for services, but also diminished the ability of non-profits to actually be able to help those who need it the most. Just incredible when you think about it. Here's a comment from Rick Cohn, who's the Chief Communications Officer for the National Council of Nonprofits. We've already seen nonprofits closing their doors, and we are the backup for people. We are where they go when the government programs run out or when they're not enough. And if we are not there, where do people turn? We're talking about all this in the United States of America. He said, and this is what he said, nonprofits weren't designed to hold up this many people for this long. And by the way, this is a comment from Michelle Evermore. These are all finite resources. And Michelle Evermore continued, unemployment insurance is a program that we created to deal with this particular problem, and without it, we cannot. Now keep in mind that the end of the eviction moratorium is another problem. It can actually lead to a surge in the pandemic, because if an individual is evicted and if they're homeless, they can no longer socially distance safely within their own home, which in turn coincides with another surge in the pandemic. Just mind-blowing when you think about it. According to Moody's Analytics, 11.4 million renter households will owe an average of approximately $6,000 in back rent, utilities, and late fees, and that debt would be approximately $70 billion come January. Just incredible when you think about it. According to Moody's, eviction notices are piling up on sheriff's desks across the country to be executed if the moratorium is not extended or renters don't receive help with the back rent that they owe. That's what Moody's Analytics said. Mass evictions in the dead of winter and during a raging pandemic will be unbearable for those losing their homes, as well as being a blow to the already fragile collective psyche. In other words, it'll be a financial blow, it'll be a psychological blow, and it'll be a significant blow for the states as well. Because now all of this puts even more burden on the states, even more burden on local police, local first responders, local firefighters to be able to deal with problems like this. It's just an unbelievable cascading effect of pressure across the economy, specifically across local economies, and most devastatingly for those who are evicted, because I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. We are discussing this in our country, the United States of America. That's it, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on a Sunday over at the Ignition Time channel. I really appreciate you. You have no idea how grateful I am to you. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. That's 2 p.m. Get your cell phone out and send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. That's 70000, and you'll get added to SMS alerts list going forward. You can opt out of the SMS alerts list at any time. You'll get breaking news and alerts from us. You'll get important announcements about coaching programs that we might release. And again, you can opt out of the SMS alerts at any point in time that you want. You can also get added to our email list simply go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts. And then you'll get added to our email list going forward. Again, you can opt out of the emails at any point in time. Now, keep in mind, sometimes, not always, but sometimes YouTube does not always send out notifications on time. So all you have to do is simply bookmark youtube.com/ignition time. That's youtube.com/ignition time. And when you bookmark our channel, you'll be able to visit the homepage of our channel and watch the videos at any point in time that you want. So I think that's going to be great. So make sure you bookmark our channel. Also follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. That's ignition_time. Follow us on Instagram, and then you'll be able to get exclusive news and content from us specifically on Instagram. Speaking of following us on other social media channels, I want you to follow us on Twitter as well. Our Twitter handle is the same as our Instagram handle, which is ignition_time. That's ignition_time. You'll get breaking news and alerts from us on Twitter. I want you to please comment below, participate in our growing community. You're welcome to join our community. You are a part of us. Our community is almost like a family right now. And the thing that makes me personally extremely proud about our community is that we are intelligent, we are respectful, we are bipartisan, and then we listen to each other. And I think you might make some new friends in our community as well, which, by the way, is growing very rapidly. It's something I'm particularly proud of. Please share this video with friends and family if you learned something new from this video. As always, you'll find a link to all of our resources in the description section below. So make sure you check out the description section of all our videos. Any video, all videos, check out the description section. You will see our resources, and you'll be able to dig deeper into those resources on your own at any point in time that you want. Please click like. Please subscribe, please enable notifications. That would be your vote of confidence in us. The amount of effort that goes into this channel behind the scenes is quite significant. All I ask of you is simply click the like button. Please click subscribe, please enable notifications. That would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye. Appreciate you.